How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. In today's video, I just want to talk about something that's probably is very relevant to me at the moment. Something that I think is a bit taboo sometimes, and it's anxiety. And sometimes I think it's looked at in society as like just an excuse for not wanting to do something, or it's what people would get accused of being lazy for. Of course, you could say, "Oh, I can't do that because anxiety." But the reason I want to talk to it today is because obviously it is a sensitive topic, and a lot of people say it's not real. But if you've been with the channel for a little while, you remember back in July I took a break because I was just having a few issues mental health wise. Um, and then obviously I kind of came back and didn't say too much more into it. Um, but recently probably realised there's a lot more streams going on this channel. That's because I'm not at work at the moment, so I ended up getting signed off, and that's because I've still got issues with like my low mood, depression, things like that. But something else that's happened to me, which isn't really been a big factor in my life before, is anxiety. Now this has been a very new experience to me, um, and I was mistaking it for asthma. Now, since I had COVID, my asthma did come back a bit, and I thought in the past few months it had got worse because when I was leaving the house, things like that, I was having asthma flare ups, and I have a blue inhaler. It's what like the usual little go to is that doctors will give you. And I was pumping it, and my breathing wasn't getting any better, any easier, and I'd be panicking, I'd be sweating, and I'd feel sick, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, this asthma is awful," and I wouldn't be able to clear it. And it got so bad to the point where one day we were going out with the kids, and I got in the car, and it got so bad, and like this was on the drive of our house, and I couldn't breathe. And my partner, she said, "Just go back in the house. You'll be okay. Just go back in the house. I'll take the kids out on my own." So I went back in the house and shut the door, locked it, took my shoes off, and it just cleared. And I was like, well, that was weird. And I felt like a big letdown because I didn't go out with my kids that day. I just sat in the house and did nothing. And I felt strange. I felt very disappointed in myself, and I didn't understand it until I was speaking to the doctor who signed me off from work. And I spoke to a couple of people at work that are in the management, and they said to me, "It sounds like that." And I've never considered myself as being anxious. I've always been quite extroverted and out there, and you know, I do this and as like a little pastime, obviously, which I know people watch me. And then since it kind of got put out there, and I got put on this medication, which I've been told, I'm in the third week of it now, and I've been told for the first four it's going to make me worse. But and this is all this video is now that I've felt it getting worse, it's awful, and I want people to know that, like, I know we all talk about depression and suicide and things like that, but I want people to talk about this a bit more because this is an awful feeling. It's like yesterday we went out, and I've been struggling a lot with leaving the house, which sounds silly, and I keep saying to my partner, like, I'm going to be the man, I'm going to take care of the family, and I'm on sick from work. Don't get me wrong, I get full pay from work. I'm not losing any money or anything like that. I ain't got to worry about anything about that until like next year. I can have plenty of time off to get myself right. But I'd rather be at work and sorting myself out. But the job I do being distracted, being anxious, being depressed, anything can cause an accident, which could, in worst case scenario, cost life, which could put me in prison. So I don't want that. But like, I'm getting so bad to like leaving the house, but I'm trying to keep myself going, But you probably noticed the uploads have slowed down massively because even like just turning the camera on and sitting down here and doing a booze review or doing a bit of this, bit of that, it's just so daunting, and I feel sick thinking about doing it. But I write down all my little like ideas and that I've got, and they're just backlogging now because I don't want to do it. And like booze reviews, I've got 5 episodes with just lined up waiting, and I'm just not recording because I just feel so on edge about it, and why should I? I've put like 200 videos up over the time that I've been doing this now, and never once when I started or anything did I feel anxious about it. Maybe a bit nervous at first, but this anxiety has been coming over me. It's just awful. Like I say, it's like sick and sweating and anyway. So where I was going with this is like I've been trying to keep into normality and I'm trying to force myself to like get my recordings done on things that I want to do. Hence this video. But like yesterday, and it should be yesterday when I upload this as well because I'm pretty certain I'm just gonna get straight into chucking this up before I change my mind. Yesterday we went out to a stand-up comedian. We had these tickets booked since 2019 because of COVID. It's been pushed back and back and back, and this is like the third date they gave us. He's called Griffin, and he is hilarious. He's only small time, so he was doing this little like concert hall in Sheffield called the Lead Mill. So that's where we went for that. And I went there and we had to wait an hour, and I was feeling a bit anxious because there's so many people there. But I was okay. I'll get in there. Anyway, he came on, started ripping into people, and it was hilarious. I was laughing. I was distracted. I was happy. But then just like that, not thinking about it, not thinking about anything other than I am enjoying this. This is fun. I like this. I wasn't thinking about who was around me other than when he pointed to somebody else, like, they're from bands, like this kind of. And then just like that, I was sweating buckets, and I went so dizzy and lightheaded, and I got pins, and I just felt like I couldn't breathe. And like I say, nothing triggered it. I was just laughing. I was laughing like a silly little kid. Just heard somebody fart. I was in hysterics. But then just like that, it just came over to me, and the one thing I didn't want to do was stand up. And like I wear a hat a lot because it covers me up, it protects me. And I took it off my head, and I thought I was gonna be sick into it. And I just said to Sophie, who was sat next to me, I went, I need to go. And she was like, you sure? Because obviously you stand up, especially in a small hall that seats like 100 people, you're gonna get collared. I was like, no, I've got to go. So I stood up, ran to the back. They were a bit, where are you going now? But I just didn't have time. I ran outside and sick. Just once I was out in the fresh air and open space, and I'd been sick, I kind of came round a bit, but I was still all nauseous. My stomach really knots. My heart was pounding. I was sweating. The staff were fantastic. Like, one at bounced after bed being in it, that one, but I hadn't. It was just awful. Like I say, it just came over me. But I feel like anxiety is probably the one that's not spoke about too much because I think it's considered the excuse, very much in the eyes of society. Like, I didn't want to do that because of my anxiety, and I think some people look at it as right then, whatever. We all get a bit nervous of things at times, but and I've probably been in the past as well. But it's definitely not something to be laughed at, or it's definitely not an excuse if you genuinely are suffering. If someone that lies about it, then yeah, fuck you, kind of, because it shouldn't be laughed at, or like using an excuse lied about, because the people that suffer from it are, bad. It's bad. I mean, I messaged Lloyd Griffin on Instagram just to see like if he'd reply, just say, look, I'm so sorry I ran out of your show, this is why. And he was great. He replied like near enough straight away. He said like, I'm so sorry, I hope I didn't bring any attention to you. But he also opened up to me about suffering from anxiety, and I think that was really kind of him. He's offered like to even pay for me to go back with next time he's in Sheffield, which is like awesome. Like, it's not what I wanted. Like, I don't expect him to do anything like that. But what a nice touch from him. What a top man. He really is. But, I just wanted him to know that I wasn't like offended or anything, just running off. But like, he was so kind and nice about like how he explained me opening up to him and things like that. And yeah, I just wanted to like put it out there. Like, this is something that should be spoken about probably a bit more. But let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you've suffered with it, and coping mechanisms as well, because I could do with some more, because I'm struggling to keep myself motivated to kind of distract myself at times. I'm falling into a bad rut, I guess. I'm really going to try and chuck myself back into these videos because I do enjoy doing them. But yeah, let me know if you think of any other coping mechanisms that might help me kind of just focus and get back out into the world and eventually get back to work. If I need something. Yeah, well, like I say, that's all there is today. I'm not going to end this video begging for subs out, because this is a serious video. But don't worry, we'll be back to all the fun and games in the next one. Feel free to join in with my streams though, because if you want to chat or anything like that, because I reply to everybody that comments at the moment, because it could be coming at a pace where I can reply to everybody. And yeah, like I said, drop me a comment and let me know your coping mechanisms, things like that. All that. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.